Nice job, guys. Just a reminder, please talk loud into the microphone in front of you right there.
Okay, leave that one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right there. Start with your opening thoughts, Coach, and then our opening questions.
I'm really proud of this group. I'm proud of their resiliency. I'm proud of their growth from the beginning of the year to where we are now. There were a couple ball games this season that we were flat, but to make the jump from last year to being in every game, having a chance to win almost every game is a huge testament to the fight of these kids. I'm super proud. I talked to my seniors, all 3 transfers, all having opportunities elsewhere, but choosing specifically to come back to the Missouri Valley, to come back to Southern Illinois, and to stay in the region that they represent. That meant something. Recruits have taken notice of it. All of them were leaders in our program, and I'm truly excited about that. For the game today, it was hard to overcome. We got 30 fouls. I think they drew, and it was hard to overcome that. We came out in the first quarter, pushed the ball, pushed the tempo. It was a slugfest, battling back and forth, and then the fouls started building up, and it was hard to overcome that, and we lost the continuity that we were playing with through substitution, and our offense got a little stagnant. We were able to regain that in the third, which is our game, by limiting them to 1 shot. That's where we narrowed the gap on the boards. We were able to push in transition, and that's our game. That's when the offensive flow is there. Super proud of my senior to the right, Janiyah, battling in there when we were shorthanded on the boards, finishing her career with the double-double and just letting the offense come to her. AK came in, probably playing about 3 minutes a game last year and busted into the Valley, playing 30 minutes a game. When you have the target on your back, when the scouting report starts with you, it's hard. It's a lot of weight. She's got the scratches and bruises on her to show it. But she's always wanting the ball in that situation, and she carried us offensively tonight. We talked about staying on the wall, and I won't get into what that wall is, but it's about staying and building together. It's about blocking out external noise and just fighting as a unit, and that's what I'm most proud of this, ladies. This has been the most enjoyable season that I've had as a head coach because I haven't had to put out fires. I haven't had things going on with this group. They have stayed together, and when you have a team that leads from within, the quality of life for the coaches is better. We made a jump, and there's even a bigger jump to still make.
Thanks, Coach. Any other questions?
You mentioned coming back in the third quarter there, just after a tough second quarter, what kind of adjustments, what was the message at halftime heading into that third?
Yeah, the biggest adjustment, I thought Flowers was a huge difference in the game. She was on the offensive boards. Once we did get rotations out, we didn't get pushed back on her enough. But she was able to get on the boards and do some things in there. The biggest adjustment was putting bodies on folks, hitting folks first, pushing back. When we limited their 1 shot elf and keeping people in front of us. But when we got stops, we were able to get out and transition and play our game. And that's when you see the offensive flow with our secondary action ball screens or away screens, where we can get these guys open in space to get easier shots.
Coach, what does it mean to have a lady come back for you?
But
I know. I was reading that today. You recruited her in high school, and she went somewhere else and came back this year.
it means a lot, not just to our program, but it means a lot to the kids in Southern Illinois. When you have somebody that has been as dominant in 1A, and people question, hey, can they make the transition to this level? I think the long lines after games for both these kids that are both Southern Illinois representatives, I think that long line shows that kids are dreaming. Kids want to be in their position. But it means a lot. It means a lot, and I think she's proved to herself, and I'm going to let her answer a little bit, for that. But it's just huge for our region and for our community to have one of their own, representing the league like this and getting the accolades that she received. Just about coming home.
What is it meant for you to play for Southern Illinois this year?
It's been a lot for me, honestly. I struggled a lot last year. I didn't really get much of an opportunity, so to be able to come back home and represent Southern Illinois and represent who I am has really helped me.
So you got a couple of years left, but what are the plans? Improving, obviously. Just working on what you've been working on.
Yeah, just building day by day and getting stronger in the off season. I think that's one of my biggest downfalls is my strength right now. So just building what I can and getting ready for next year.
I'm gonna pass that same question real quick to Janiyah since she's representing out of Carterville as well.
Yeah, so for me, it's a little different. You know, I went to SIU coming out of high school my freshman year, and I had left, and I made my way back. You know, it means a lot to wear the salute kit across my chest. To be able to represent from where I'm from and show other girls that are younger than me that they can do it too, just from the same small city a couple of miles over. You know, it means a lot. So definitely don't take it for granted.
You talked about the jump from last season to this one. You know, how do you build off of that going forward and taking another step forward?
I think the biggest thing right now what these guys have done is opened us up to some recruits that weren't in the building, before, and they see it. When you play the champs, I think Murray's pretty happy right now. Rachel, after one of her interviews, she said, I don't want to see him in the tournament. And our focus was on this game. But when you play the champs and you play the top half of our league like we've played them, it shows recruits that, man, I don't have to go to other options. I can be at Southern Illinois and get that done. There are a couple other pieces, that we have to add to this to just have some more depth where they're not logging those heavy minutes like that. But I think what they've done this year in terms of a jump is show that it can be done here. We can compete in this league.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
It'd be easier to